Yes. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the program Business Point on Global Television. I am Samuel Odi, and many thanks for joining us on today's edition of the program. So today we'll be looking at, today's edition is packed with three different segments where we'll be looking at the current dollar auction retail sale that is being done, organized by the Central Bank of Nigeria. The reason why this is happening is to help Nigerian naira rebound against the dollar, which has been doing extremely so well since Monday. And again, the other aspect is also going to be where we'll be looking at cryptocurrencies and FX, forex trade, to know how well Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies have been doing since Monday up to this set time against the naira. And as well, again, we'll also be looking at the statistics of food importation into the country, Nigeria. So all of this is what we're expected to bring to you on today's edition of Business Point. As we tend to share all of this, I also have a guest who will be joining me virtually as we tend to extray all of this. So let me bring you up to speed with what has been happening in the local scene with the Central Bank of Nigeria. Central Bank of Nigeria hopes to stop naira poor performance in the foreign exchange market as it begins dollar sale via retail auction. Data from FMDQ Securities showed that dollar exchange for 1,601 naira on Tuesday in the Nigerian Autonomous Foreign Exchange Market, the official market. Yes, so those official market now, dollar was sold as a Tuesday at 1,601 naira. That is on as a Tuesday. So this is when after the rebound has happened because naira gained around 0.16 against the dollar, which is obviously 5 naira, so which is actually a lot of money compared to the amount of dollar that you may have in your domiciliary account. So that is a plus on that angle. The Nigerian naira has been facing significant pressure due to seasonal demand for summer tourists and importers. So it's of a great essence for me to let you know that by next week, the custom duties for the importation of 250 bags and the shipments that the federal government have approved with no custom duty charges will be implemented and start getting goods into the country from next week. So why is the CBN now selling dollar at an auction and retail price? You know, now is to help tourists and then importers. So a whole lot of, we're expecting to see the floodgates of heaven of food open upon Nigeria from next week. So the CBN now is putting measures in place that we would have those importers and tourists will have enough dollar to be able to consult this transaction, given the fact that is going to be free. The federal government won't be charging a dime for that. So the central bank now is making available dollar, which is also gaining momentum against the US dollar and other big currencies. We'll get into that as the program continues. So in the past year, naira has depreciated against the dollar by more than 70%. The Apex market hopes that selling dollar at a retail auction will help the trend of naira depreciation. The retail auction directly serves customers while the wholesale auction provides dollars to banks. The naira recovered further against the American dollar on Wednesday. Yes, so despite the backlog that the naira suffered early hours of Tuesday morning before the close of work on Tuesday, it was able to rebound, and then up to this hour, the dollar has been doing, the naira has been doing so well, and then we gained us at Monday, early hours of Monday, 5 naira at this point at the close of work on Tuesday, leading to early hours of Monday, Wednesday morning, we gained 7 naira against the dollar. We gained 7 naira against the dollar. So all of this now has been happening because the implementation and then the sale, the auction sale, retail sale for both customers and banks is helping the naira, it's helping the naira gain more momentum against the dollar. So data from Nigerian Autonomous Foreign Exchange Market shows that the domestic currency gained 5 naira to trade at 1,596 naira to a dollar, down to 1,601 naira. It traded on Tuesday. That's the profits we made. Then the intraday high and low recorded during the day were 1,628 naira to $1 and 1,520 naira respectively to a dollar, representing a lean spread of 108 naira per a dollar. So looking at the states and then the charts now, all of this happened just from Monday up to date. Look at, you could see the margin and the spread between the naira and the dollar, where we had 108 dollar spread, lean spread within them. So what does that mean? That created an avenue for the naira to be able to rebound. That's why as of Tuesday, we were selling at 1,601 naira, and then it rebounded, and then we were selling at currently 1,628 naira to a dollar. So for those of us that are planning to, import lots of food items from Asia, America, and other European part of the world, the dollar is very much available now to help cop out food insecurity and food crisis in the country. I'll be going on a quick break, and then when I return, I'll be introducing my guests who is joining virtually as we x-ray all of these conversations. Please do stay with us. We'll be right back. Yes, many thanks for staying with us. If you're just joining, this is Business Point on Global Television. My name is Samuel Odi. So before I went on the break, I actually made mention of introducing my guest, who is actually having a little bit of a technical issues, which is currently being resolved from his end. So we're hoping in the course of the program he will get to join us. But notwithstanding, the show must go on. The Naira lost, before the whole rebound started, the Naira lost around 30 Naira against the dollar at the pariah section of the Forex market to trade at $1,620 against 1,607 Naira. It's traded the previous day. So this was a challenge and one of the reasons. Now this happened from the past weekend before the CBN now decided to, start auctioning dollar for both retailers and as well as bankers. So the retailers now are obviously the common man, the single individuals that use dollar for their day-to-day businesses, and then also sending out to the dollar in bulk prices or in large quantity for them to be able to rebound. So looking at the forex markets now, the naira need to do better, and then with the hope of this current auction, which is making availability of dollar in the FX market, we're hoping to see a bullish sign as the naira tends to rebound, which is currently happening. So the forecast now has actually showed that the naira is going to rebound against the dollar until the close of business this week. So we are hoping to see all of that happening, and then the forecast also projected that the naira is also going to rebound more against pounds, euros, and the 5 major currencies that we have that is being traded in the FX market. So we're hoping to see all of that happen, given the fact that importing duties are now waived away by the federal government, and we would tend to be seeing a whole lot of importations happening from next week of food items and other products that will be needed for human survival. So moving on now, we'll be looking at the crypto markets, where the two major crypto coins, that is the BTC, Bitcoin, and Ethereum, are actually rebounding despite having a slow start from this week. So as at Monday, BTC dropped all the way to like $52,000, which started rebounding gradually. And when all of that happened, the effect of the decline of the bearish sign that we witnessed against the Bitcoin was led to other coins behind or beneath Bitcoin started dropping drastically, and a whole lot of persons had a whole lot of losses just the beginning of this week. But moving on now, how fast and how quick Bitcoin rebounds. Now Bitcoin is being sold at 57,000 US dollars after gaining a momentum of 3.8% in the crypto market. So that is how well the crypto Bitcoin is doing as at now, despite suffering a significant decline just the beginning of the week. Before now, Bitcoin hasn't gone this low, given the fact that it has hit a high mark of like 65,000 US dollars before it started suffering this significant decline. What contributed to all of this now? Economic factor. All of these things happen within the universe, not just affecting the sector of crypto only, but the global change now is currently affecting businesses and as well affecting all of these crypto coins. Now, looking at Ethereum now also rebounded, which was sold for 2,100 as at Monday and Tuesday, has now rebounded and then is being sold for 2,400 US dollars after a momentum gain of 3.6%. 3.61% against the dollar. So this is how well these major currencies are doing. Then when you go down to Dogecoin now, go down to Shiba, go down to Tone and every other coin that you may think about. Now they are as well also rebounding, making waves of like $5 to a token, and then 2.5, 3.6 to a token respectively. So all of these things now are just happening because the Bitcoin itself now is rebounding and gaining momentum. The algorithm of Bitcoin is way higher than Ethereum and every other coin that was aforementioned. So looking at this now, we're expecting to see, before the close of business this week, we're expecting to see a spike, which is going to be a very high margin of a bullish sign when it comes to trading in the crypto market, because the algorithm has said that it's actually going to have a spike before the close of business this week. So we're hoping to see all of that. And for those crypto nerds that are in the market, you know, it's a time and a season for you all to smile. So congratulations to you all as you all make your money. So that is it on the crypto scene. So now let's come back home, where we've been having a whole lot of agricultural importation. The agricultural sector contributed significantly to Nigerian economy, accounting to 22.35% of the total gross domestic product. Yes, this is how much the agricultural sector provides, contribute significantly to the growth of gross domestic product. This forecast was something that was forecasted from 2021, that was after the COVID, 2021 up to the year 2022. So all of this increase now was what we saw, but now there's been a challenge. The value of food importation accounted for 7.3% of the total imports in the quarter under review, going by the country's Nigerian imported goods, mostly from Asia, China, Europe, America, and Africa, and other countries. So this is the result that we are seeing of the high level of importation that has happened in the year 2023. It's 7.3%. This is for the first quarter of 2023, and most of the food that were imported were from Asia, China, Europe, America, and some other African countries as well. This Guild from the NBS Foreign Trade Report of 2023 revealed that Nigeria imported agricultural goods worth 47 trillion in the year 2023 and exported a gross produce valued at 1.2 trillion in the year under review. So Nigerian agricultural sector imported a bill. This is from the first report that was given, was for the report of 2023, where Nigeria, the total importation of grains, of food into the country was rated at 47 trillion in 2023, and then we exported around 1.2 trillion in the year 2023, which is obviously a poor result looking at the statistics that we have. Nigerian agricultural importation bill surged by 30%, which amounted to 920 billion in the first quarter of 2024, indicating a growing resilience on importation of agricultural products. So now you see what I'm saying, and you see where I am heading to. Now, the whole year of the first quarter of 2023, we had a total importation of 7.3, then fast track down to 2024. In the first quarter, we are having a total increase of 30%. So now you're seeing that the challenge that we're having in terms of food insecurity is actually on a very, very high margin. And then the results that we're seeing is actually not giving us a confidence that we expect. Now, spending 920 billion in the first quarter of 2024 against a total sum of 47 trillion for the entire year, calendar year of 2023. So now you see, doing the maths now, you see that we are going to be spending more on food importation if the needed and necessary things are not being put in place. For the first quarter already, we are gone by 30%, which is amounted to be 920 billion in the first quarter. So looking forward now at all of these challenges all of this amounts to questions of what is the challenge. Why are we importing so much food, and why are we spending so much on food importation? And now the borders now are actually open again for importation. So what is the challenge? Because this country, Nigeria, is known for agriculture, and before the discovery of oil, we banked on farming, and that was what put Nigeria first in the world map. Agriculture, yes, agriculture did put Nigeria first in the world map before we started, discovering oil and crude in our soil. So the questions that are being asked at this hour is, why is Nigeria importing so much food, and why are we not having our own production? We'll be going on another quick break, and then when we come back, hopefully our guest is on the line, and then we x-ray all of this conversation. Please stay with us. We'll be right back. Yes, many thanks for staying. If you're just joining, this is Business Point on Global Television. So, it seems like my guest wasn't able to resolve his technical issues, but the show must go on, like I rightly mentioned. So, questions, and a lot of people have argued that the end result to all this food crisis that we're suffering in Nigeria needs to be on more production. Now, I then asked the question, how would that be the end of the problem? They now stated, giving different angles of the answer, saying one, the issue of insecurity needs to be tackled in the rural areas because most of our foods come from the rural communities, which means the IDPs, those internal displaced persons, need to get back to their homes, meaning the Ministry of Agriculture and this current administration needs to work on making sure there's a lot of security available for them to be able to go back to their homes. That would result to tackling kidnapping, banditry, and the whole sort of insurgency is happening in every part of the country. So if that angle is settled, then these farmers will be able to go back home. Not just going back home, they say. So what next would happen? They said the government needs to also provide tractors and agricultural equipment to be able to focus more on farming and then taking the products direct to the real farmers and not to the, middle-class farmers, like they said. So they segregated these farmers into two different groups. The real farmers, who are those in the rural communities who are just used to farming and then tilting the ground and then planting. And then we have those that are in the middle, political farmers, that's what they call them. And then those political farmers are one of the reasons they say why these rural community farmers don't get the actual produce that they need. What else do they make mention of? They made mention of the fact that they need to be aware and then educate farmers on what they need to do. Education in what light? It's not every crop that you tend to plant, and then crops that you plant that would yield very good produce at a given time, and as well as also adopting the new methods of farming, which is green light and then greenhouse farming. So all of these angles are something they are looking into. So bringing it all back to production now. For instance, now I go to the market and I need a bag of rice, for instance, and we are two persons who are in the market looking for a bag of rice, and we could only find one in one shop. So automatically that is going to put the price on the high side, which means the highest bidder is going to buy or take it home. So now if there are multiple shops now that have this product, then it's going to be me and the other customer would have options of where to go to if the price is not suitable from one angle. So that's the angle of production, having goods in surplus. So if we have all of this in surplus, that means food insecurity, food importation and hike in food prices is actually going to come down. So looking at what the initiative now by the federal government to waive out import duty charges, and then we are hoping to start witnessing and seeing food rolling into the country from next week and weeks to come. So we are hoping to see lots of food, and not just seeing food, but seeing them at affordable and cheap price for everyone to be able to afford and not breaking the bank. And on that note, this is how much time will permit us to take onto this edition of the program Business Point. My name is Samuel Odi. Kindly follow us on all of our social media platforms, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.